a brand or a company started in 1978. I think that time the idea was never even that it's going to become a brand or it's where it's going to go. So the plan was two students, both from history background, wanted to do something related to history. My grandparents, my chachas, my dad's background was everyone in our family was doctors or advocates. So very strict professional kind of setup. The vision for my dad also was for my grandfather was to become an because he was a brilliant student to not be an advocate, but then not even an engineer, but an IS officer. So he always thought that my son, he should become an IS officer. My dad had other plans. My uncle, who's my dad's business partner, who he was studying with at that time, best friends, he comes from Rajesh Auntie comes from emerald background. His father was a very important emerald dealer in those days. So he fairly had some knowledge of emeralds. But both of them wanted to do something to do with history. So they started a small company to start to do make handicrafts. So this company never started with the mindset of jewelry. So I think the main knowledge series, what you call it, evolve. I think this is the main part of the conversation here. The evolvement of this was never jewelry; it was actually handicrafts. And both of them started making handicrafts, started getting the handicrafts done locally, trying to supply them into Delhi to different craft museum stores. And they came across a question, or not a question, but an opportunity to supply garnet. And that's when they came back to Jaipur and they started looking for garnets. And they were like, what is this thing called garnet or a gemstone or a colored stone called garnet? That's how they learned about it. While doing their research into gemstones and colored stones, they realized that the jewelry part of the business is a lot more personal, it's a lot more soulful, it has a lot more stories, and it is a lot more history rooted than what they could do in handicrafts. Because people are wearing jewelry for years and generations. So that is what is they were always they admired and enchanted with.